Hi guys, it's Daphne. Thanks for joining. I've had this come up a lot lately in the last week, so I wanted to take a few minutes to kind of take a step back. I've been seeing a lot of struggle, right? And people who really feel like they can't achieve their goals, or they have this picture of this ideal lifestyle that's like outside of something they can reasonably attain. So I want to kind of take a step back from like business and marketing and talk about um, certain steps that you can take to really, identify with what your goals are, what your ideal lifestyle is, understand that you can achieve that, and then work toward achieving it, right? So the first thing I want to do, step one, is to picture your ideal life. Like really sit down and say, okay, you don't even have to put a time frame on it, but like 5 years from now, where do I want to be? Ideally, I mean, where's the best place I could possibly be? What would make me the happiest, right? So you could be like sitting on a beach in Mexico with like zero responsibilities. That can be your ideal lifestyle. And yes, you can achieve that if you really put the work in, and you break it down into goals and you take all of the steps to get there, right? So in step two, we're going to look at identifying actionable goals that can help you get there. So we're going to take a step back a little bit and think about when you picture that ideal lifestyle. In goal setting, there's this common acronym. It's called SMART. They teach it in like business classes and stuff. And it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So that's kind of how you want to break your goals down. And that's also how we really want to look at your the picture of your ideal lifestyle. Okay, so be more specific. Okay, I'm sitting on the beach in Mexico. How can I afford this, right? Like, how are my bills getting paid? Where do I live? Who am I around? What am I doing every day? What does my schedule look like? Okay, maybe I have no responsibilities, but how am I generating the income that allows me to do that? So get really specific on how you can get there. Measurable refers to essentially just making sure it's a goal that you can actually check off. So at what point have you attained this goal? If you look at setting goals like, okay, I want to be happy, that's not really measurable. You can't say, okay, I feel happy today, so I'm going to check this off. You want to make sure that it's something you can actually measure and it has an end to it, right? So attainable, now this one I kind of struggle with because I'm in the camp that says you can absolutely achieve anything. So, if you picture this lifestyle and you're on the beach or whatever, some people might think that's not realistic. I think it is. I just think that you need to have realistic goals and attainable goals that will get you to that point, right? So you need to have a plan that's going to help you, maybe generate enough income or whatever it might be to help you get to that point. Those goals need to be attainable and realistic and, to some degree within your wheelhouse, right? And then timely, of course, you want to have some type of time frame to the goal. Now, your ideal lifestyle, getting to that point doesn't necessarily have to have a time frame, but each goal that you set needs to have a time frame, or else you can put it off every single day. You're never really going to get there if you don't put a time frame on it. So part of how I've been able to do this, I have this Lauren Marty Golden. She is an incredible mentor, and she breaks things down into what she calls the daily 5, right? So you have 5 different goals that you set every single day, and it can be 3 or 10 or whatever, it doesn't matter. And you set them, maybe the night before or that morning. And there are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today. Now, what I like about how she describes this is that the first thing on your list, the priority is based on what specific steps you can take that are going to get you the furthest toward reaching your goals. And often when you really sit down and kind of, break that out, often that's the thing that you're avoiding the most, right? Is the thing that you need to get done first. So when you put that as first on your list, I actually get up often. I do this at like 5 a.m. I knock out the first thing on my daily 5, and it's always something that like I've been avoiding, right? So my first video I think I ever did, I did it at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I just need to get this done. I know that it's really going to push me forward towards reaching this specific goal, right? So I did it first, and the whole rest of that day I had set, it was probably about 5 goals. I probably knocked out like 35 of them that day because I got that one thing done that was really like stressing me out. The one thing that I was really avoiding, right? So I got that done first and it just set me up for the rest of the day. So, so yeah, break them down into daily goals, then just start working on them and order them in priority. Don't have like, okay, you have a list of things you need to do today, like go to the store and buy dog food. That's not part of your daily 5. It needs to get done, yeah, but that's at the bottom of the list. You really want to prioritize the things that are actually going to take you from where you are to where you want to be. What is the next step that you need to take to get there? Now, if you're not really sure, if you picture this ideal lifestyle and you're like, I have absolutely no clue how I'm going to get there, talk to people who have already done it. No one is going to be insulted that you came to them and said, hey, like I've been seeing your posts or whatever, and I love that, you know, you live this lifestyle, like that's what I want. How did you do it? No one's going to be insulted by that. You are more than welcome to reach out to anybody and just ask them for advice, and they've already done it. So they've been where you are most likely, and they obviously are where you want to be. And they probably have some great tips about that in between. They've experienced it. So talk to these people, right? Oh, what's that quote? One of my favorite quotes is like, there are people out there doing the things that people out there who are less qualified than you, doing the things that you want to do simply because they decided to believe in themselves. So they just went out and did this thing, right? They took these steps and they got there. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're more talented than you, that they have more money than you, that they're smarter than you. It just means that they did it, right? So talk to them and see how they got there. And then, you know, break down into goals and start doing them every single day. So another thing I want to talk about, I guess this would be number 4, is separating struggles from excuses. So we all have very legitimate struggles, right? So for me, I'm a single mom, and I have used that as an excuse over and over and over. I struggle with scheduling. I struggle with, okay, I've gone through so many babysitters and they're maybe not reliable, or maybe I can't afford them right now, or my schedule just isn't working out. I can't do a live video because my kid's here or whatever. It's a legitimate struggle, right? I am a single mom and it does make things harder, but I can do things about it, right? I can get a babysitter. I can ask for help. You really have to identify what the real problems are in order to draft real solutions. Okay, I have this legitimate struggle, but that's not the problem. The problem is with scheduling. The problem is that I hate asking for help. The problem is that I don't want my, my kid to go to a babysitter or something. Just want to hang out here and chill with him. It's not that I'm a single mom. It's that, it's other issues. And once I can identify that, then I can deal with them, and I can separate that struggle from using it as an excuse to not attain my goals. And honestly, in a lot of cases, the struggles that you use as excuses are, if anything, they're more of a reason for you to jump in and try to hit these goals, right? So yeah, I'm a single mom and it's a big struggle, but that's more of a reason for me to want to generate more income. That's more of a reason for me to want to be in control of my location and my time and my schedule, right? So that's more of a motivator than it is an excuse for me now. And it's important to really look at the things that you're using as excuses and separating them, calling them struggles, and identifying solutions, right? And again, in that area, ask for help. If you have something that you are struggling with significantly and you don't know how to navigate around that to reach your goals, find somebody who's already done it and talk to them and ask for help. And I'm sure they'll have some great tips for you. So yeah, so that's 4. My number 5 is just do it. I mean, literally just go out there and do it. Break your stuff down into goals. Figure out where you want to be. Break it down into goals. Take your struggles out of it. Eliminate those problems. Have your daily 5 action items, and then just do it. Just start doing it. Make a daily habit. Find somebody who will hold you accountable so that, that kind of increases your chances for success. And also, I'm going to throw this in at the end. Make sure that you write this stuff down, right? So write down your ideal lifestyle. Write down exactly what it looks like. Write down every detail. Write down every single goal that you have that's going to help you get there. So there's this sequential hand movements connect to the area of your brain that processes long-term memory. So when you write, it improves the brain's encoding process. The info goes to the hippocampus and then it's stored for long-term memory. And it really increases your chances for success if you write this stuff down. It works. So yeah, figure out what it is that you want to do, break it down, and just go out there and do it. If you're looking for support, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here. And yeah, if this video brought you value, please feel free to like, share, comment. And if you're watching the replay, please hashtag replay. All right, great. Have a great day, you guys.